Did it work?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm gonna put it down here. Yes, it yours work. You're there. I can hear you. Oh,
Wait.
what?
Okay. Okay, so let me just go streaming. Hello, 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 everyone who's looking at us through the stream. We are, doing the technological shit. We're going live everywhere currently. So let me make sure
Sorry, I'm
Instagram got.
trying to cut one of these videos off. Which one? I mean, one of your sound. Let's see if I can cut it off. Maybe I'll just
Mm,
put it here. Don't worry. I'll just put it in my ear.
okay. You're hearing the echo?
Fix it on my end. What?
Okay, let me just. Instagram should be going live. Mm, Sorry, y'all, technical difficulties, but we will
We're
get
almost
through
there.
every. Almost there. But TikTok family, thank y'all for having me. This is my first time live on fucking TikTok. I don't even know. I don't have any cute filters or whatnot. I'm gonna have to get better at that. Yeah.
I mean, I cannot change the size of her display at all. So I don't. If I did knew that, I didn't know. I didn't, if I didn't know how to do it, I don't.
This is our first time. I so Instagram. As long as I'm able to go live on Instagram, it's good. All right. So
Perfect.
let's start. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I have some people here from the YouTube. They're on here. Love it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. So I'm gonna just restart really quick with the introduction. Thank y'all so much. Tonight we are, well, not tonight, today we're going to be talking about astrology and stocks, and does the astrology affect the stock market? Like I said, today we brought up, yo, they're really out here on TikTok for y'all. Okay, okay, okay. They're on TikTok, they're on YouTube, they're everywhere. So yes, I brought on the one and only Shirley Whirley, formerly known as Shady Shirls. Y'all know that she started with financial astrology, and she's like literally one of the only people I trust to even come on here and talk about this shit. We tried going live on Instagram earlier, but she's off. She's banned from there, so they kicked us off. But we're back. We ain't letting nothing stopping us at all.
Not at all.
So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. And we have limited time, so we're gonna get started. But say hi to Cheryl. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for letting me on the platform as well. And we can get started. So my very first question. Let me just even pull up my notes. Sorry, y'all. I was all over the place. I was just
Me
like,
too.
so, like I said, for my followers, for those who don't know Cheryl, like I said, Cheryl is an amazing astrologer, and she has integrated a lot of the different systems, and she used them all, which I really like. I adore and admire, and she's really big on helping us, quote unquote, beat the matrix by reading the signs, literally. So, I fucking love that about you. So one thing that I know that I never knew anything about that until you put me on that. And it could have probably existed, but the follow the moon. I just want you to tell the people, like, how did you come up with that, or how did you find that really quickly? I know it's your thing. Before we go into the interview, just like, how did you even coin that? Because like I love the term, and it's really truly helped me with my own astrology and with my own life and just following the transits.
Yes. I'm a Cancer rising, by the way, y'all. So I'm a Cancer rising, is ruled by the moon. I'm a Gemini moon and a sun in Libra. So a long, long, long time ago, when we was 24, 25, I was brokey, y'all. We was broke as a joke, and it was gonna make me choke. It was bad. Okay. Some of us was down and out. We was homeless. I'm telling you, I have the moon in the 12th house. So my life was very chaotic, like very chaotic. And I was learning astrology. I had got into it. What happens when you learn astrology is you get into transits and stuff like that. And I realized the concept of time in astrology And I realized that the luminaries are just doing a dance basically with Saturn. And the moon in particularly, I coined her as being our mom. She is a softer transit. So she is the fastest moving planet. So I'm a
Mm.
Gemini moon and I'm a Mars and Scorpio. I'm all about beating the competition. I gotta be first. I have Aries Lilith. Okay, so I'm like, well, I've noticed when the moon reflects into our tuition, we're women. When it would move into houses, things would happen. Like it was telling me
Mm-hmm.
about my life. I'd be like, how the fuck they know I was just hanging out with my friends? That shit is crazy, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So once I saw that astrology was real all the freaking time, like every time the moon was here, something happened. I was like, okay, I got to get ahead of the transit or I got to get it. So I would follow the moon literally. So I would like wherever the moon is at, like she's at moon in Leo, 28 degrees right now. I would do, I would be like, you know what can I do with that house? Like if I
Mm.
had a moon, if I had an 11th house or the 12th house, because this is Virgo, whatever, I would be like, what can I do with the house? And I would emphasize that energy. Like I would like, and I would see results. Like I would do, like say for instance, the moon is in Leo, is in the second house of money. And
Mm-hmm.
remember how last night me and you was trying to talk about money and it was just not flowing with time. But this is like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, and mind you, we're at the 28 degrees. So we're talking about big money. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, you got to go with the transit. So by the way, when I was homeless, I started to follow the moon. I got a car. I was like, that car elevated me. But I didn't know that was because I'm a moon in Gemini. Gemini rules
Mm.
walking, talking, driving. I had
Mm.
elevated. I was walking in New York, but now I'm driving in New York. Energy
Mm-hmm.
change, so
You were
following the
doing your
moon.
lives from your
Yes,
car.
yes. And so the moon, that was like when I was 24. So I kept following it, and it was right. And I would, execute plans based on, okay, the full moon is in Leo in August. Let me do something right now. Boom, I will get
Mm-hmm.
it in August. So basically,
Mm.
yes, the follow the moon, guys, is your mom. Sun is our dad. They're the joysticks. Those are the only parameters you have in control. And I'm all
Mm.
about control, Virgo.
So for the sun, every month that gives
Mm-hmm.
us what we should work on, and then the moon every 2 days, how to get it.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
explain that a little bit quicker.
So the sun would be the focus of the month. So
Mm-hmm.
that whole entire month, you can get something executed in that house. Like for instance, the sun is in Taurus. I
Mm.
didn't even do nothing this month. Look, we linked up. The Taurus 11th house is my house of
Mm-hmm.
friends, the internet. I need,
Mm.
but these are energies that I've, results of things that I build from 2020, 21.
Yeah.
So that's the sun. The sun is, I'm going to just focus on the internet. So this month, I was going to go live, do this.
Mm-hmm.
And mind you, things were even, when you're in alignment, the universe works with you. So the sun is in the 11th house of gains for me, an example.
Mm.
I got a prediction, like my gains, like I gained more followers because one of my predictions went true. Your
Mm-hmm.
sun is the sun is in your second house of
Yeah.
money and your natural born talents. I don't know what Taurus places you have, but something about the
The south
family.
node.
The South Node, which is this is a past life connection. We've met
Mm.
many times, whatever the case may be. So the sun is the focus of the month. You have a whole month to execute whatever the house is about. The
Mm.
moon is you got a life. You know that we got different shit every day. So the moon
Mm-hmm.
helps you, like, because you know how you be having like plans, like I gotta do this and that. But honestly, you cannot do all of that plan. You can only do what the moon is telling you to do. So the moon is in
Mm.
Leo, is in your fifth house. You was gonna perform today no matter what. Can't
Yep.
stop it. IG
Mm-hmm.
can't stop us. Nobody, you see what I'm saying? You quickly, boom, we out of here. That's what I mean about the moon is gonna, it's only gonna allow that parameter. So I hope
Mm.
that makes sense for everybody out there. Good. Oh, here I go touching shit.
I no, I love that. That makes so much sense. And it's like, so it makes sense and it's clear. And I love that you said, I didn't even know, I thought the moon had already moved into Virgo, but it's at
Mm-hmm.
those critical degrees in Leo. So I feel like this is a perfect live. This
This,
about to go
yes,
up.
yes, yes. Whichever we're talking about, it's meant to be talked about right now. Like
All
for
right. All right.
real.
So
Yeah,
Let's no. Let's go into. I know you've been talking. Don't worry, guys. We are definitely going to go into the stocks, so where we have the time. But I saw you recently tweeted something about like, oh, I don't know if I should fear monger, but like I've been learning about astrology and death, and like I don't want to scare y'all, but I made some discoveries. I don't know about y'all. Let me know in the chat if y'all scared, but I am not scared. I want to know fear mongery. I want to know what you found about death. I'm
fear
a whole Scorpio
mongering.
stellium, so I love learning about death. So let me know what you've discovered, and then we'll get into the money and the astrology. This is a topic about astrology and death and money.
Yes, yes. It's perfect. It's still it's opposite our Pluto, so it's perfect. Okay, so about death, it happens. You saw that I have Saturn in the eighth house, so it likes me a lot. So I'll give you an example. I deep dive by going through our celebrities that died, right? So I'm gonna go to Aaliyah's natal chart. Okay. So I told you guys before that not Aaliyah, that Vedic astrology breaks down your life into so many different charts. So I'm gonna pull up. This is, by the way, for those that don't know, Aaliyah is an Aquarius rising, a Cap. I'm pulling up her sidereal charts. Okay, so look at this, y'all. There's a big drop down box of whatever that gives you every chart. I went to the D8 because the D8 is surgeries and things about your death. And I'm just gonna pull up this, and now here's how I'm gonna be sensitive to the energy or whatever. And so we're going to be sensitive. I'm just going to point out things that are in this chart, and I won't go into details because I don't know if this is a lesson for me or not. Okay. We're going to find out. So, by the way, I pulled up the D8. Look at Aaliyah. So, Aaliyah died. Together. I was like wondering what that is. So, Aaliyah died. Let's find out her birthday or death date, whatever. Aaliyah's death, natal chart death. No, I'll show you. Hang on, so you can see what I mean. So Leah died August 25th, 2001. I'm gonna pull up. Hang on. I don't know what just happened. Can you hear me, by the way? Because
Mm-hmm.
one of my AirPods just died.
No, I hear you. I'm just trying to pull it up for the people on the YouTube.
Nice.
I'm just following your steps.
Okay, so go to find Aaliyah's chart, right? Find Aaliyah's chart, and then we're gonna pull up August 25th, 2001 as a transit.
Transit.
Like, yes, I'm just gonna put August 20. What is it again? August 25th. There we go. I'm gonna pull up August 25th, 2001. Okay, I'm not. It doesn't. Don't worry about the time. Let's just put noon. But let's put the location she died. So she died in the Bahamas, obviously. Hang on. They say where did she die? They say the Marsher Harbor, Harbor, Bahamas. I just put noon. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is basically the day. So this is tropical, but I'm gonna put it in sidereal. So just click sidereal at the bottom, and it'll come up.
Okay.
Okay, so
Was the year
2001.
2002? 2001?
2001. Yeah, so August 25th, 2001. And then pull up your sidereal astrology. So this is the date that Aaliyah passed away. And it is in Vedic astrology for those that are wondering. And let me know when you got it.
All right, it should be on screen now. Let me see. All right, are we looking the same?
I think we are. Yeah, no, you're looking at her. What is that? No, oh, it's not gonna pull up the transit. By the way, babe, it's not gonna pull up the transit for the D8. So you
Oh,
basically
okay.
need two. You need two tabs. You need a tab that says August 25th, and then we need a chat on. I mean, another tab just on her D8, basically.
Okay, so this is a
Okay.
D8. We're on the same page, so you could go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up
Okay.
the
So this
rest.
is the D8 tells me how you're going to die. Okay. Plain and simple. When I came in here, I looked at her chart. What sticks out right away? Sure, like if you want to look at these nodes right here. So she died on a plane. Remember, she was literally on a plane and it crashed. Her Jupiter is in Cancer, all stationed in that ninth house. So that tells me something about her death. Something about that nature. Now,
Mm.
what I did, the first thing I did was I looked at the eighth house. The eighth house is always going to be the house of death, right? Even in the death chart. So if you notice, her eighth house is Gemini, is ruled by Mercury and Sag, which is that Jupiter in Cancer. You see that? Like it, the ruler of her eighth house of death is Sagittarius traveling,
Mm,
which, by the way, she went over there for a job. Like it was a job. She was doing a performance, art, which is why Neptune, remember, she died in the water. It was like a movie, it died, mind you, her sun and Mars is in the sixth house. One thing that they kept saying is that she was asleep when she went onto that plane. And she didn't want to be there, which makes sense. Look, the 12th house rules sleeping and it's in the sixth house. Now, here's the other, why I brought the other chart real quick. Look at August 25th, 2001. What do you see Saturn is in? What sign do you guys see that in? Taurus, right? Look at the August, first of all, look at August 25th, 2001. That's the year she died, the day that she died. Look at Saturn. It's at 20 degrees, right? Look at her D8. Her D8 is Saturn in Taurus. And 20 degrees is her descendant line. 20, 21 degrees, which is the day she actually died. Does that make sense? Um, who else? Then I looked up someone else. Who else did I do? I'm gonna do one more celebrity that died so I can show you the example of this. We're gonna do Bob Saget. Does everybody know who Bob Saget is?
was he the painter?
Bob Saget. Am I saying his name? No, I think no.
Mm.
Bob Saget is the Full House.
Okay,
Anybody?
yeah.
The dad from Full House.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Um. By the way, I also went into. I'm gonna go into death more, like suicide and other stuff. Like I went into Robin Williams and other stuff. But I'm gonna look at Bob Saget's natal chart. So look up Bob Saget's natal chart. Is on Astro Seek. Okay. So I'm gonna look up the same thing. I'm gonna go to his sidereal chart. I'm gonna pull up his D8, and that, I guess that will be my last example. Then we'll leave it alone. But let's look up. So Bob Saget died. Death. Let's look it up. He died January 9th, 2022. So I'm gonna go back to that chart that I pulled up. What's her name? Here we go. I'm gonna go back here to the August 25th. I'm gonna put January because he died in January 9th, 2022. Um 2022, doesn't matter what time, we don't really care. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? He died in the Orlando Great Lakes. So we're going to put Grand. Let's just put Orlando. I don't really care about that detail stuff. Okay, so we're going to pull up that date. So this is the day that he passed away. Pull up the sidereal charts. So this is sidereal. Bob, let's see, let's make sure I'm looking at it right. Bob, January 9th, 2022. I put the 8th. Let's put the 9th. Let's put the 9th. Sorry. Okay, so everybody, are you with me? Or did I lose you?
Yeah. No, I'm following your steps. D8.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I know he died at night though, because I saw this already. Let me see. I just want to make sure. D8. Yes, D8. Okay. 2022. Where we at? Bob Saget. D8. Let's look at Bob Saget. I just look. Here we go. Okay, so this is Bob Saget's chart for the D8. Again, he died. Look, the eighth house is the house of death always.
Okay,
Is
wait, we
ruled
don't have
by
the same thing.
um
Wait, no, that's the day he died, or
right,
is that
that's the
his
day he
chart?
died. No,
Okay.
January 9th is the day he died.
All
So
right.
he's, yeah. Go ahead if you want to look for it. Let's find out what he died of. Maybe it'll tell us. What did he died of? Behind the details of his passing. He said, okay, he had suffered a blunt head trauma. Okay. All right. He had a blunt head trauma. Trauma to the head. Okay. Be the whole signs. Does it have to be whole signs? I don't know why you guys always ask that question, but for the millionth time, it has to be whole signs for the millionth time. If you don't see me using Placidus, unless it's like transits, you don't need Placidus. You need whole signs. You need to understand the entire language, you guys. So did you find it?
This is what I have.
You're still looking at the day. Let me see. Go back up. January 9th, 2022. You got Orlando. Yeah, that was the day he died.
All right. I don't know what. Okay, yeah, no, it's good. Ascendant
No, so wait,
in.
go back up, babe. I'm sorry. Go back up. No, put January 9th as D1. Put that one. You have it at D8. Put D1. There we go. So keep that one like that, and then go to another tab and find his chart
All right.
real quick, and then I'll wait for you. While we look up, where is it at? And then after that, we should be good. So his Bob, he's May 17, 1956. Bitcoin is at 66% of the 66,000 right now. Um,
Okay. He is 17 May 1956.
yes, ma'am. And then just pull up that eighth house for young. For
17
young.
May 1956. And
Uh-huh.
then city, what did you put Philadelphia?
Yes. So May 17, 1956, 20:02 at night, I think. And the city is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Right. Perfect. Share this chart with that. Go ahead.
Nice. Okay, so just put, yeah, you got that one. You just put it in whole in sidereal.
And then sidereal. Okay.
Yep, put it in sidereal.
Perfect.
Then we go to D8. Because remember, guys, there's a chart for everything in Vedic. All right. So remember, so what was it? So Mr. Bob Saget died of a blunt force trauma to his head. He was found on the bed, I believe. If we read through it, he was in a hotel room. Look, his hotel room, Ritz Carlton, Orlando, Great Lakes. He had a blunt force trauma. Blah blah blah. There was rumors that he was gonna meet a girl for the night, like a lady of the night. Okay. Um, they don't understand how he got that blunt. Apparently, they don't know how he got that blunt force trauma. But anyways,
Mm.
look at the nodes here. First, I want to show you. Um, I want to show you how his eighth house again is the house of death, is ruled by the moon. The moon is in Pisces. Okay. And that moon in Pisces is ruled by this Jupiter and Scorpio. Again, is him. Okay. I want to say, I believe that he might have been sleeping with somebody. Now, look at this right here, y'all. We got a North node. You see the nodes together in the fifth house with Mercury. Mercury rules. There was someone else in the room with him when he died. Okay. Because Mercury's the seventh house. Now, you see how this is ruled by Aries is what? The head. He had a blunt trauma to the head. Now,
Mm.
Mars is in Scorpio in the 12th house. 12th house rules sleeping, hotel rooms. It causes death. I
Mm.
keep telling you, there perhaps was someone else in that room. You know what I'm saying? And now let's
Mm-hmm.
go to that side deer. So the day that he died, again, January 9th, real quick. If we pull up that chart for that day, look at Saturn. Saturn is at 18 degrees Capricorn. And if we go to his chart, he has Saturn return. If you look at his chart, he has he has Saturn in Capricorn, which is the same time that he died, just like Aaliyah, Saturn return. And that 18 degrees is activating a vertex kind of thing going on in his chart, which is like a turning point. He died after. You get what I'm saying? Um, Now I tried to figure out, sorry, what else I want to tell you about that. Now look at this, y'all. On January 9th, the moon was probably in Pisces, which is the ruler of his fourth house, or the moon in Pisces, the ruler of his eighth house, excuse me. Is that clear to people? I don't want to keep going in there because I don't know how much spiritual trouble I can get to. But
I feel
apparently,
like
yeah, go ahead, please.
no,
You say
I was
something.
good.
You're supposed to talk about that.
I was
Yes.
like, I'm like, I feel like we have to do a whole entire episode just about this, like just
Yes.
about exploring that, because it's when you were doing Aaliyah's chart, I was definitely seeing some of the things that you were saying. With Bob, I'm a little bit lost because I was trying to follow you, but
Okay.
I
So
definitely saw with Aaliyah, even with the placement being at 21 degrees, which is a ninth house Jupiter degree as well as Sagittarius degree. So there was just a couple of things that I'm like, okay, yes, I'm definitely seeing that. I think we definitely need a full ass episode where you can just go into the depth and what you're seeing about that. But it's really, really interesting, very intriguing. Like
Yes.
the blunt trauma to the head, and then seeing it in
Look,
Aries is scary as fuck.
oh yeah, that would it made me want to look at mine real fast. So I was like, oh,
Mm,
that's that too much information. But moving on, y'all. That was the snippet. If you guys want to do something like that, we will do something like that. Look up a bunch of
mm.
people that died and see what happened, so we can avoid that.
I also just realized that next time you could share your screen. I didn't realize that you could do that.
Oh, okay.
I thought it
Well,
was only the host, but I just figured it out. So next time you could share your screen on here, so we don't even gotta go through.
through all that math. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. Moving
I
on to the stocks or something. No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You do.
No, I know you're used to it. I know you're
Yeah,
used to it.
yeah,
Moving on to the stocks, everybody. Let me be the presenter today.
yes.
I hear myself echoing. Do you hear me echo?
I don't hear you echo.
Okay, no problem. All right, so let's get into the stocks today. Let's do well. First thing, answer the question: what is going on in the stock market right now, astrologically? And you could pull up charts. You can let us know. But currently, there's a lot going on over the past couple of days. We've had GameStop going back. A lot of meme stocks have been going up. GameStop went to double its price. AMC, as well as another one that has went up over like 131%. And there's just a lot going on. So I just want to know, does astrology affect the stock market? And if so, can you let us know what's going on right now that's affecting the stock market currently?
Okay. Astrology affects everybody. Yes. But yes, that's yes. Long story short, astrology does affect the stock market. The best way I can explain that kind of quickly is Saturn is our trendsetter. He's time. Okay,
Mm.
so if you learn anything about, they say they have a big echo happening. I hear the echo. Oh, okay. I guess it's your end. Um, turn off, cancel. I think it's your end that hears an echo. Oh, you know what it is? I am also not. I can't mute my microphone, but I can mute myself. Mute me here. Whatever this is, or would it mess up your live stream? Maybe it's this. I don't know if this changes. They say they hear a big echo.
No, it's
It's
okay. It's gone. I'm gonna mute myself when I'm not talking. It's all good.
okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so long story short, if you can learn anything about today, is Saturn. Saturn is time lord. He's the lord of whatever's trending always. So my best example is Saturn stays in one sign 2 years. 2 years ago, crypto went to the moon. Why? Because Saturn was in Aquarius. Aquarius rules new technology. Crypto was going crazy. The year prior to that, Saturn was in Capricorn, and the theme then were different type of markets. It was, I can't remember now, but it was about like those old companies. Capricorn was making money, like, you know what's funny, in Capricorn, when Saturn was in Capricorn, I was making money over like small resources like General Mills. um UPS made a freaking bag over then. Okay, so the trend, the market is affected definitely about Saturn. That's what's trending. So like for instance, Saturn has been in Pisces the entire 2023. The only stock that went, I'm not the only stock, but the one main stock that went crazy was Nvidia. So I don't know if anybody knows what Nvidia is, and I will pull up, I have a chart for them. But Nvidia is artificial intelligence, the world leader. Okay, that started 2023. If you go back to what Nvidia in 2023 share price, right? It started off. Where is it at? Oh, look, Nvidia in January of 2023 was $195 a share. It is now $913. Why? Because it is a stock that's ruled by literally artificial intelligence. What's trending right now? Pisces is about a dream-like state, an illusion, a fantasy, artificial things being fake, plastic. So now guess what this sells, by the way, y'all? This does like for the drives, the stuff that's literally in our computer. So by you buying NVIDIA, you're literally just investing in computer chips and gaming stuff, creative design, everything that uses TikTok, Instagram, social media. If you scroll through social media, NVIDIA is making money. Okay. If you live stream, like right now, me and you are, we're making money for NVIDIA. And they know that. Why? Because we're using more of the products, we're using their stuff, so that is why it went up. Does that make sense? And that's why Saturn, Aquarius crypto went up. So now you mentioned some things that I wanted to bring up. You said GameStop went crazy. Why? And I'll tell you why. Because in the same time, when you look at the stars, you do look at Saturn is in a Pisces sign, but it's ruled by Jupiter is the two main planets you always want to look, because Jupiter gives things. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? So look, it's been in Taurus for the longest. Taurus rules tangible resources. Now, the reason why NVIDIA went crazy is because we don't have the resources or the metal for chips. So chip shortage will come. People don't know that, but that's why it's on high demand. When there's a shortage somehow, of something, it'll become a very high demand kind of thing. So that is why. So now GameStop, the reason why GameStop is trending, and it happened recently. Look at GameStop, y'all. This, by the way, everybody has a birthday. So if you didn't know where I got this birthday up, you can Google. I Google, and I taught this in my, stock class. I looked up GameStop IPO release date. It is gonna tell you, look, February 12th, it came out into the New York Stock Exchange. So for those that don't know, our stock market happens in the East Coast. Yeah, you may live in Cali, but baby, the money starts at 6 a.m. So, but that's why I chose, if you look at the chart, I chose his birthday, the IPO, 9:30 a.m. Doesn't matter, because we only want to look. What I come here to do, I just want to get to know its energy. So, like, for instance, GameStop. What was GameStop, y'all? A gaming store. That's what GameStop was. Obviously, the GameStop is closed. We know that. But look, Aquarius rules technology. And that's a store that we used to go buy technology for distracting things. Remember, it was a place of fun. It's a creative place. It's for kids to distract themselves, escapism. The reason why it's viral right now or trending is because its Sun and Uranus are being squared by Sun and Uranus and Taurus. And honestly, I will not touch GameStop. You want to know why, guys? And I'm going to explain to you later why I will not touch GameStop. Not right now. I wouldn't buy it right now, because that product, unless you want to be a part of the clique. If you got into GameStop when it was trending back in 2021, then you're fine. But look at right now, guys. Look, in this date today, current planets, Uranus is at 23 degrees. If we go back to GameStop, they have a Uranus at 24 degrees, a Sun at 23 degrees. That's why it's viral or it's trending. But guess what? GameStop was restricted. You saw that, right? The people in them, the powers that be, slow down the traction. You want to know why? Pluto is the planet of transformation and investments. It's at 17 degrees. Who's at 17 degrees, y'all? Who's at 17 degrees right now? Saturn. It's squaring its Pluto. Saturn is restriction, holding things back. Why I wouldn't touch GameStop? Because unless you already have it, like, I wouldn't bother putting money here unless you're willing to ride this wave for until Saturn goes into Gemini. Okay? I wouldn't put it on I wouldn't listen. If I had this, I'd probably day trade it. That's what I would do with GameStop. I would put an option call. Calls means that you're betting it goes up. I bet it goes up maybe 2.5 years. Maybe when Saturn goes into Mars, it could get some love, right? It'll obviously Mars is going to activate all this, Pluto energy, the Scorpio house. Mars is the planet of action and momentum. So I wouldn't touch this right now. I wouldn't. Why? Because Jupiter is nowhere near his freaking Venus. Jupiter is going into Gemini. I would day trade it for, like, maybe I would day trade. You know why? Like I said, I would day trade it for the summer. Maybe you could get a little bag. Maybe for the next year, there's a little bag. But after that, maybe when Jupiter goes into Cancer, what you're doing there, you're just a sitting duck. You're not going to make the large amount of money you think you are until Jupiter goes into Cancer for them. Then those people that have been waiting, they're going to get released. You get it? Some people have been waiting in GameStop calls since 2001. So that's why I wouldn't touch this at all. But let me show you NVIDIA real quick so that way we can see why NVIDIA was the winner for the last year or so. So let's see if we got NVIDIA in there. NVIDIA. I send you all these charts, by the way, so that way you don't have to like make these up or whatever. But now look at NVIDIA, y'all. Okay, so the last year or so, right? Saturn has been in Pisces. Look at his Venus in Aquarius. Okay, Neptune, I always tell Neptune is the highest octave of Venus energy. So Neptune is just a bigger Venus, honestly. But guess why do you think that this stock increased so rapidly in the last year or so? Anybody want to take a shot? You can tell me, sure. I don't care. Oh, you gotta get off mute.
Okay, yeah, they can no, they can hear me on TikTok. I was saying I wasn't looking, I was trying to pull up the chart, but you said NVIDIA went up and you're asking why, right?
Yeah, so like look at this is NVIDIA's chart if you can see my screen on TikTok.
I would definitely say
and knowing so two
yeah,
things that
I can see your
Saturn and
screen
Pisces.
on TikTok.
Okay, two things that you know happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn was in Pisces and Jupiter was in Aries, right? Why do you think it went up last year? Last year started climbing up like a mountain. Why do you think that? It's okay if you guys don't.
So
if you don't know, like tell me. But I want to see if anybody in the chat gets it. Yeah, anybody? I don't see a chat. Yeah, maybe the chat is. When should we? If you say no, if you don't get it, let me know. I'll tell you.
Are you hearing me on TikTok or no?
I turned TikTok down.
Oh, okay, that's why. Because I turned this down for the echo. But I was saying at a certain point, I'm sure Jupiter would have translated its natal Jupiter. Saturn entered Pisces as well, and then Jupiter entered Aries. So Jupiter would have transited over its natal Saturn as well. Let me see. That's what I'm getting from right now.
No,
and then
good.
I would say again, just great. Like the Aquarius energy. And that I don't know what the Aquarius energy has to do with it, but a lot of good stocks that I'm seeing right now have mad Aquarian energy. So
no, you did a great job. So I don't know if that worked. I put myself mute on TikTok to see if you sound less echoey, whatever the case may be. But long story short, there were two reasons. I talked about Saturn and Jupiter. Two things happened. Saturn started out in Pisces. It's nowhere near its planet of expansion. Literally, Jupiter is in Pisces in his chart. Saturn is in 17 degrees, is nowhere near it. Saturn is the planet that rules over mountain. If you look at NVIDIA stock, is one straight shot up. You get it? Now, the other thing was why I started the ball rolling very quickly. Yes, Jupiter was in Aries the first half of that year, which it started to make a buzz for itself. And then you know what else happened when Pluto going into Aquarius? Look what it did right there. It went over its Neptune and it just gave it power. Running, that's basically why it's running up a bag right now. Because of that. And mind you, it's about to go through its Saturn return. You're literally a couple months away from its Saturn returning. Yeah, so that is the reason why. I don't know why there's echo. So yeah, that would be the reason why NVIDIA is going up. So go ahead, ask me another question because I know the question was about how do I know? So basically, the question was, does the stock get affected by astrology? And we kind of answer that question for you here. Like, yes, it does, very much so. I can show you that with Dogecoin, but I guess we could wait. Dogecoin is our last part. I don't know if you want to talk about that now, but go ahead.
No, so I just want to make sure I'm not echoing. I'm gonna turn down TikTok really quickly, the volume on TikTok as well. But so from what I'm seeing, absolutely yes. And I'm guessing for GameStop, like you said, part of why it is blowing up right now is because of its natal Sun Uranus conjunction. And we literally just had the Sun Uranus conjunction. We're currently having it right now. And it's squaring. So okay, good to know. You said too that the last time that Saturn was in Aries, March 25th, 1996. Was there
Oh,
anything that
that
you
was
wanted to say about that as well before we continue?
yeah. That's the next trend. So basically, Saturn is in Pisces. It's leaving in September. I'm gonna
Oh wait,
go.
I don't hear
I'm gonna
you.
go oh, hang on. So I put myself on mute on the other one. Okay, so Saturn is in Pisces all the way, guys, to September of 2025. By September, we're going to switch it to Aries. So the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because if you set up your stocks right now for Aries, for Saturn and Aries trends, you're gonna be a sitting duck. You're gonna just be you're just a cash cow. So that's what happened to me. I got into Nvidia way before Saturn's transit in Pisces. I had
Mm,
like 10, I had 10 shares. I sold some of them, but because I got in at $135, literally in Nvidia. It is at 900. I've already made over $5,000 on that one stock alone. But I was
mm-hmm,
just a sitting duck, literally. So the same thing
mm-hmm,
I want you all to know. So Saturn and Aries, the last time it was there, it was in the 90s. Okay.
mm-hmm.
It was when I think I sent the points there. I forgot it.
I have March 25th, 1996 to February 28th, 1999. And it rules innovation and leadership. I also had hold on. There was, yeah, you wrote a couple things. The .com boom starts to rise. I'll just forward that
Okay.
to you, right?
Yeah, I mean that way I could see it. So yeah, you I put myself on mute and I go back. The echoes is back. Someone has to mute. Oh yeah, so one of us, whenever you talk, I'm a mute, vice versa. Okay. So yeah, the last time Saturn was in Aries, it was right before the .com bubble. So right now they call this the AI crypto bubble. So it's either an AI bubble or a crypto bubble. Okay. I don't want you to get distracted by AI because AI is the bubble. Okay, y'all. Crypto, because Saturn and Jupiter was in Aquarius and Pluto's going into Aquarius, is kind of where you want to put your mind to. Somebody says that I have to mute. Someone has to mute. Okay. Anyway, so there's a two bubbles. So they're trying to distract us. You know how the government is. They're always putting two different things to throw in the curveball. But again, I want to give you long story short, we're at the peak moment of a bubble right now. So when Saturn was in Aries, a lot of what happened, what a .com bubble was is a lot of websites like let's say Google, Yahoo, um, remember Netgear, whatever. Remember all those websites that were born during the websites that were born back in the day. Remember when we were little and then all these websites started to rise, the Facebook.com and this.com. Okay, what happened was a lot of people made stocks based on these weird websites, but some of them were a gimmick. Google wasn't. So some people heard that's when Google first came out, type stuff, like around that era. So guess what happened to them? A lot of people started buying crazy, like the same thing that happened with crypto. Same thing happened with NFT. You started buying everything that didn't even make sense to you. You just bought it because you just like, I want one of them is gonna hit. Basically, that's where we are now. But they're gonna distract us with AI bullshit. Only thing that I would get into if you're gonna be in AI is Microsoft, Nvidia, the people that makes the stuff inside of the computer. Okay, I would even say Meta, and I'm gonna tell you why I choose Meta. The QQQ, which is basically an index fund. We're gonna talk about that, but that's the reason why. If that long story short. Hmm. Oh, you're mute, baby. I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say, since we're gonna go into it right now, let me know right away what is your game plan when it comes to investing? What is your strategy when it comes to investing? I saw you already gave us a little bit of the tips of like prepare.
You're
So
muted,
like,
babe. You're still muted. I'm sorry.
okay, I'm sorry for the echo, y'all. Next time this is our first time doing this. Next time will be
Yes,
better.
it will be better.
Um, what I am saying though is that you already gave us some of the tips. So you said prepare with like Aries. So when Saturn goes into Aries, we're ready and not and whatnot. But can you give
Mm-hmm.
us more like what is your strategy? What is your concrete strategy going forward when it comes to um, using astrology to not time the market, but to just play your hand?
So first, okay, so first strategy is it's money. So you have to build the currency. You have to invest weekly, guys, to be quite honest. You have to invest weekly. What does that mean? I'm not saying $100. You could start off 5, 10, 15, $20, to be honest. That's my first strategy. You have to do this consistently. Here's what's gonna happen. If you have a weak Venus, you're creating a flow of currency without you realizing. That's the whole point, guys. It's to create a currency is get it currency.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, for instance, you invest daily on the same stocks or the same. You're gonna pick your favorite people, right? Unless you have a plan. Like I have a bunch of stocks that I'm putting into man. I'm investing constantly. Okay, so once you get that flow, you're gonna become your own bank. So, for instance, I'll give you an example. I've been investing into Bitcoin since the pandemic, since when Bitcoin started becoming popping, whatever, and I've only put $25 into Bitcoin weekly. That's it. And literally, I've already taken out over $10,000 of a Bitcoin. But you want to know why? Because the more you invest, the more leverage you start getting. So that's the whole point, y'all. The reason what I would do is I would put a minimum. So let's say because we can't afford 66,000. When it crashes, when Bitcoin crashes, I want you to get a minimum that you're comfortable. If ever crashes, you don't mind losing. So let's say it's $2,000. I would always tell you to do at least 1,000. If you once you get there, you know that because you're not gonna put 1,000 up front. So you want to slowly but surely get it to 1,000. Okay. Once it gets to 1,000, that's your minimum. When it goes up and down, you don't worry about it. That up and down cycle is gonna accumulate you anything above that. So you scrape it off the top. So let's say you keep investing until 1,000 and you go look, I'm like, oh my God, I'm at 1,500. That means you have $500 to borrow from yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But you
Yeah.
never stop investing into it. You got to keep doing weekly. You got to keep
Mm-hmm.
doing it weekly. Eventually keep your, like I said, eventually you raise your minimum, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I love Bitcoin. I remember one time, just long story short, my car got into a fucking crazy thing. I needed $300 immediately. I was like, where the fuck am I going to get $300 right now? Because whatever the case may be, like cash. I go
Mm-hmm.
look at my Bitcoin. I'm already at 2,900. I was like, hell yeah. Take that $300 back. Now my shit is at 4,000. You see what I'm saying? But the more you put up, the more you'll be able to borrow from yourself. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the first strategy. The second strategy is we're gonna look at Dogecoin. Um, so the second strategy is, for an example, Dogecoin. You could do this with any stock. Remember when I was Dogecoin at Dogecoin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look at Dogecoin, y'all. Let me show you why Dogecoin is the chosen one right now for the next couple of days. Everybody can see this. Okay, so this
And
is
anyone
Dogecoin's
on
birthday.
YouTube, I'm just telling people on the
You're
YouTube,
mute. You're mute, baby.
no, I'm okay here. We're pulling up the charts on TikTok, so that's why you guys can see them. But next time we'll make sure to pull them up here. Go ahead.
Do you want me to send it to you?
I have it, but I can't show it through the way that you have it right now. It's okay. Next
Oh,
time.
okay. I got you. Next time we'll be better at this, y'all. So, okay, look at Dogecoin, guys. This is Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it. And now back to our stars. We always got to use our handy dandy. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So I want you to notice what degree do you see Jupiter, the planet of abundance, in? What degree is that in? What do you guys see that 27 degrees? Everybody sees the 27 degrees, right? Let's look at Dogecoin's chart. Look at Venus. You see Venus? Venus in Dogecoin's chart is a Capricorn, 27 degrees, which means Jupiter is an earth sign would trine this.
Mm.
Okay. So there's money that's about to be released pretty soon, right? So if I pull up, I'm going to pull up the chart real quick, just for the purpose of it. So Here's what I decided to do. I picked up the reason I also chose Dogecoin over, let's say, for instance, Shiba, whatever, right? Now, the reason I did that one because it's a Jupiter in Cancer. This is exalted. I like that. Shiba, I'm pretty sure Dogecoin has an Aquarius placement. I don't think their moon is in there. We're not too sure about when it came out or whatever. Um, but it has this Venus and Pluto together. There's something powerful that's going to happen with Dogecoin, even if it's in the future. I'm not missing out on a Saturn and Scorpio powerful thing. You know what I mean? For instance, like an example, I think Microsoft has a Scorpio placement. You get it? So, anyways, I'm gonna pull up the chart real quick. Why I'm telling you that is about to increase. So the closer the sun gets over there, and mind you, look, crypto is going up today, 66. And you know that
Yeah.
once Bitcoin goes up, guess who follows? The other coins follow right along. So I'm gonna pull up this chart, December. Nah, let me look it up. December 13th. Actually, it's actually December 5th. Someone found it. Oh, someone else other than me found it. Because the cryptos are a little hard to find the actual date because they don't release into an official market. You know what I mean? They release into the whatever. So this is the chart. This is Dogecoin or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna pull up its transits right now. This is the transit for today. A second, what's going on? Okay, no, no, no. Transit. Let's look up the transit. December 20. Here we go. So today's the transit. Do you see how that Venus is about to look? So that's why I told this is a better play. So look, GameStop is getting square. So back to GameStop. Let me show you GameStop so that way you can see it at the same time. So hang on, where we at? Oh my God, I don't know what I did over here. Hang on. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, that's. I think your my microphone is messing up on your end.
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh, it's mine. Okay. 2002. Where GameStop release date? I'm gonna show you GameStop release date to the February 12th, 2002. It doesn't matter. Yes, and then I'm gonna do.
Your mic is busted. Your mic is completely busted.
What'd you say? How should I fix that?
Okay, wait. Maybe TikTok will tell us if the mic is okay. TikTok, let us know. Let us know if the mic is okay. Cheryl's mic is okay.
They're good. I think it's no. Ask YouTube people if my mic is okay. The mic is so it's on YouTube. That sounds a little crazy. Okay, so I pulled up. Let me get this out of here. Get out of here. Okay.